Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, or ADD, is a disorder characterized by an ongoing pattern of inattention or hyperactivity that interferes with functioning and development. It can make it challenging to focus on everyday tasks and routines. But ADD doesn't mean you can't concentrate. In some cases, it means you focus intensely on something that may not be a priority. Some people describe it as a constant feeling of being overwhelmed or paranoid. Well, for years, people with ADD were stigmatized and labeled as lazy, procrastinators, slackers, or irresponsible. But these labels only produce shame and prevent people with ADD from seeking the help they need. In any case, please remember that no label represents who you are. Before continuing, remember that this video is for educational purposes only and is not intended to replace professional advice, diagnosis, or treatment. That said, here are 5 signs that it's not laziness but that you might have ADD. Number 1. The story of your childhood. It's common for people diagnosed with ADD as adults to have had symptoms during childhood, even if they weren't formally diagnosed. One reason they may not have been properly diagnosed is that ADD shares similar symptoms with depression, forgetfulness changes, or just plain difficulty concentrating. Number 2. Limited attention span. Speaking of similarities between ADD and depression, the most common similarity is a short attention span. However, the difference between them is the cause of that limitation. Someone with ADD has a limited attention span as a result of this disorder. There is no definitive reason that explains why inattention is one of the symptoms. However, researchers have found that differences in brain structure could be playing a role. It's not that you're unable to focus. It's just that something else is taking over your brain's attention. ADD can also cause you to be hyper-focused on something. It sounds paradoxical, but this is also considered to be having a short or limited attention span, or to put it another way, a selective attention span. Number 3. Leaving things unfinished. As a result of your short attention span, people with ADD are prone to leaving things undone. Projects, chores, and homework are put off until another day or simply put aside, regardless of how enthusiastically they were started. While this is frustrating and incredibly challenging for people with this condition, there are therapies that can help. Doctors often prescribe medications as a form of treatment, and depending on the particular condition, stimulants or other medications that make it easier to focus may be prescribed. There is also the option of talk therapy, where a therapist can help with behavioral therapy. Number 4. Poor impulse control. Another sign that you might have ADD is poor impulse control. It should be understood that this doesn't refer to a one-time emotional outburst. It's more about doing something you know you shouldn't do, like running a red light or spending your credit card balance on something you don't need. You may not even know why you do these things. You just do them. And this is what an inability to control impulses entails. It means acting without any forethought. Impulse control isn't always so dramatic, though. Sometimes it can be as subtle as having distractions when you're having fun, interrupting conversations, engaging in risky behavior, or spending large amounts of money when your bank account is low. Number 5. Inability to stay organized. The last symptom that you might have ADD is that you can't seem to stay organized. Deadlines suddenly get shorter and priorities fade away into nothingness. But don't worry, there's hope. While calendars, planners, and notebooks may work for some, they may not work for everyone. However, setting alarms can help. For example, it might help to give yourself 30 minutes to an hour to complete something on your to-do list, and after the alarm goes off, move on to the next task, whether you've finished the previous one or not. That way, you're not stuck doing nothing but work. So, did any of these signs relate to you? We hope this video has helped you identify some of the different signs of ADHD. Consult a mental health professional if you relate to several of them. Please give this video a like and share it with those who might find it helpful. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so we can notify you of new content. And as always, thanks for watching.